Hey Pero, I really like a couple of things that you said in this video, uh, against dualism or the at least consistency of dualism. While we can't really prove it wrong, which you can't prove any sort of metaphysical system wrong. The only question you can ask is it adequate or not to our experience? Does it uh, illumine or elucidate various facts of our experience, or does it not? And when you look at dualism, as soon as you separate the mind from the body, you've got this problem because how does the mind then interact with the body? So, instead of beginning there, we should just begin with the body, or with what we call the physical. And perhaps another way of saying physical, in the sense that you were trying to express it, at least I think, Hiro, is that there is a continuum of causal relation between entities or events in the world. We all exist in the same world, and we exist in such a way that there's a constant reciprocal influence between us. So that's what it means to be part of the physical world. That nothing exists independently of it. So bodies, and whatever the consciousness is, or the experience and feeling and emotion that bodies have it's in the world. It's a part of the process of worlding, you could say. And, that gets rid of dualism, right? And, we could then say that therefore everything is material, which is fine. But again, that doesn't mean that consciousness or experience isn't just as real as anything else. What it means is that matter is experiential in various ways, depending on the particular body that it is associated with. Or at least that's how I would see it, and I'm curious to know if you would agree with. I mean, that's basically pan-experientialism. So I'm curious to see if you agree that where you're headed, the direction you're headed, Pyrrha, with these thoughts is in a pan-experientialist direction. So because a skeptical epistemology or philosophical position, if it is metaphysically consistent, that is, if you derive the only possible ontology from this position of epistemological skepticism, you're going to end up with dualism, right? Because to assume that you don't know some independent pre-existing world, you've also already assumed that you are an independent, self-existing, self-causing subject that can exist without a world, and that you have to then come to know the world. That's a dualism right there. So instead of getting trapped in that, which is what I think skepticism seems to entail, perhaps we could keep a realist ontology and say that no, we actually are in touch with the world as it is. But see, doing this without dualism means that really our knowledge is not purely rational and abstract. We know the world because we feel it, because we are emotionally related to it, and because we perceive it, we sense it. But sensing the world, while it's obviously conditioned by the particular type of organism that you are, it's also an actual causal physical relationship to that world. So you feel, you perceive, you know the world itself, though of course it's conditioned by various sensory organs and the particular type of nervous system that you are. Notice I didn't say that you have, that you are. So let me know what you think, girl. Thanks for listening.